that personal development is your first step to financial stability and independence? Using a personal story from my student days, I want to tell you why. So let's figure it out. Hey there, welcome back to Figuring It Out, your faith-based personal development space, where we equip you with the wisdom, clarity, and courage that is going to set you up to win. My name is Aggie, and I am your Chief Encouragement Officer and a faith-based personal development coach. When this episode blesses you, I have just one request. Give it a like and make sure to share it with that friend of yours that you want to see win in life. And if you have a minute to spare, interact with me in the comments. That goes such a long way. And of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that anytime I put up an episode, you're sure not to miss it. In this episode, I want to share how the minute I started taking my personal development very seriously, it set me up for financial stability and freedom. This started back in my student days. I was really on a tight budget. I had a student job. I was not allowed to work more than 20 hours a week, but I was determined to save. And that is because I had been reading various books that showed me things that I could do to set myself up. If this is an area you want to grow in, the financial space, then I want to recommend particularly 2 books that will set you up on your way. The first one is The Richest Man in Babylon. And the second one is The Automatic Millionaire. Those are great books. They're really simple and they are short and sweet. You have them read and done within 2 weeks maximum. And I'm saying this if you are a slow, extremely slow reader. If you're a fast-paced reader, you will have them done within 2 to 3 days and you will know exactly what to do. So in my personal development journey, I started taking saving seriously. This is the first step that you would ordinarily take in your ambition to become financially stable and independent. I really had a tiny salary, but I was committed to saving a tiny portion of it every single month. Now, what happened after that really surprised me. After about a period of 1 to 2 years of saving, my bank got in touch with me. Yes, you heard me right. My bank got in touch with me. The Bible tells us that if you are diligent, it will bring you before kings. So I didn't necessarily stand in front of a king, but I got an opportunity that I hadn't been expecting. The advisor in the bank said they were pleasantly surprised to see what was happening with my account. They said they had never seen a person who had a student status save with that level of diligence, so they wanted to offer me one of their best products. And my jaw dropped and I was all ears. They explained this product to me and basically they got me onto a scheme that would allow me to get a very good interest rate to start with, and that interest rate would compound every single year. Now, what is interesting about that is that every time it compounded, it not only compounded on the base fee, but it also compounded on all of the interest that I would have received the previous year. And that's how my first step in getting financially stable started. The condition was that I couldn't access this money, but I could continue growing it passively and with absolutely no risk, because once I signed the contract, the conditions that we had agreed on would continue to hold, irrespective of what was happening in the economy. Why do I share this? I share this to say that your habits are going to accumulate advantage towards you. If you're young and you're listening to me, do not underestimate what you can achieve, because when you hear me saying I was saving, you might think that I was saving very, very huge amounts. No, I actually started out saving around 30 euros, and then eventually I went up to 50 euros and so on. And all they were rewarding was my diligence. And while this applies in finances, it also applies in your knowledge, it applies in your fitness, it applies in your growth in your career. It's those little habits done on a daily basis that are going to make you stick out. Why? Because of the cumulative advantage. Was it easy for me to save that money? No, it came at a cost. I remember students at the university always saying, Aggie, you never come out for after class drinks with us. You never come out for the weekend parties with us. You never come out for this and that and that. And the reason why I did not come out was because I had the authors of books like The Richest Man in Babylon or Automatic Millionaire, or if you read Dave Ramsey's books, or if you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I had these authors and mentors speaking in my ear and helping me to make the right decision. And that's why the greatest investment you can make is first and foremost in yourself. I will do another episode where I talk about how I came from, doing odd jobs such as babysitting, cleaning, and so on, to rise through the ranks into corporate to a senior leadership position. And all that was also attributed to personal development. So if you're thinking about an area where you really want to see progress, then personal development is the path for you to take, because you will primarily be prioritizing working on yourself, not on the externals, but on yourself. And as you grow yourself, then the other things around you will have no choice but to organize and align themselves accordingly. So if you take nothing away from this episode, take this one thing: you matter. And you need to believe that you matter. And on top of that, you need to start taking diligent actions that prove to yourself that you matter. God is so good that He watches over His word to perform it. If you're diligent in a specific work, not only are you learning, not only are you getting better, but you are also positioning yourself to be blessed beyond the average. So with those few words, I'll close this episode, and I hope that you interact with me in the comments. I'm a faith-based personal development coach, so while I have recommended books like The Richest Man in Babylon or The Automatic Millionaire, there are also biblical principles that back up how you can start to grow yourself in your finances, and I would be happy to walk that journey with you. All you have to do is get my email in my channel information and write to me your inquiries so we can start working together. So to close this episode, let me say this: your success is going to be about trade-offs. You need to know what you have to stop doing in order to grow in the thing that you want to achieve. If you don't make any type of sacrifice, chances are that your dreams are not going to come to pass. Number 2, diligence will be rewarded, and it will be rewarded according to the accumulation and the consistency with which you apply it. And I always say frequency is better than intensity. So if you're doing something, do it more frequently instead of doing it once in a while intensely, because once in a while is not going to give you the cumulative advantage. Doing it more frequently is definitely going to bring you that cumulative advantage, and that is what you want to be targeting for. Now, when you have that cumulative advantage, it lifts you up from the masses and makes you noticeable to the right people. And that's how this bank found me, because my behavior was in a pattern that was not common to the rest of the clients that they had. And this is why I got that opportunity. I'm really grateful that biblical principles have helped me to improve myself in different areas. We're all still a work in progress, 100%. I'm still working on it. But I wanted to share this in order to help you and advantage you in your growth. And if you're a parent and you have children that are in their teens, about to be independent, please get them to watch this episode so that they can understand that time is the investor's friend. If you start doing these kinds of little things while you're still a student, it will put you at a huge advantage. While other people will start paying for mortgages in their 30s, you will be equipped to already pay cash down and walk a debt-free life. Why? Because God also categorically tells us that we are supposed to be lenders and not borrowers. And so when Christians borrow money and they try to package it as good debt, it still goes against the promise that God has spoken over us. And the only way you can align with this promise is to start those good habits as early in your life as possible. I pray that this episode blessed you. Again, please make sure to give it a like and share it with those friends of yours that you want to see winning in life. And if you have a second to spare, please leave me a comment so I can know exactly how this blessed you. And if you want hands-on support, I'm a faith-based coach. You can find my email in my channel information so that we can start working together. Just send me an inquiry and I'll tell you all about how we can onboard you into a faith-based coaching program on a specific topic that you would like to work on, and we will get you started. Thank you so much for having spent your time with me. God bless you, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.